Hi everyone, it's Clayton from the Wenatchee Valley Museum again, and today I'll be showing you guys how to make a baking soda and vinegar rocket. So obviously we're going to go over what we need. So first we need baking soda and vinegar. To glue everything together, I used a hot glue gun. You just need a plastic water bottle, nothing too big or small, just a regular size. You're going to need a tapered cork, like this one. You're going to need some toilet paper. You're going to need duct tape, or really any type of tape that's strong enough to hold it all together. You're going to need 4 markers. They don't have to be markers like I have. Like, you could do dry erase ones, they could be pens or anything, as long as they're sturdy enough to keep your rocket still like that before it launches. And lastly, what you're going to need is a piece of cardboard and something to cut it with. It could be scissors or box cutters, doesn't really matter. Okay, so really quick, what you're going to need to do to start off is you want to make your wings first. So what my recommendations are doing is taking a pencil and just sketching out a design you'd like. So what I chose for this one was like a longer, skinnier wing. Using whatever you have to cut it out, I have a box cutter, so I cut one of these out. Then after that, instead of drawing, freehanding all next 3 of those, take the one you're cut out, trace it on your piece of cardboard, and then cut those out. And usually you get 4 pretty similar wings, and I've already done that, as you can see. Here's all my wings. So anyways, after you have your wings done, we're going to go ahead and attach the markers first. So what you're going to do is, so traditionally this is obviously the top of your water bottle. You're going to flip this upside down, and what you're going to do is you're going to glue your marker, so the top of your marker to the edge of the little label that goes around the water bottle, and you're going to use your hot glue gun to glue it down. So just so you guys can see, it's going to look about like this. Alright, so what I do is I just apply a thin layer, kind of going back and forth on my marker, side to side. That way I cover as much of the marker with hot glue as I can. And then, like I said, you turn your water bottle upside down and you match the top of your marker with the edge of the label, just like so. Make sure you don't have to do anything besides eyeball, but make sure that your marker isn't slanted off to one side or the other, because if it's like that, then it won't sit evenly. Okay? Hot glue dried pretty quickly, and now it's there and it's pretty secure. What I do is I go back in and I add hot glue to the sides where the marker is touching the water bottle. And then you just repeat this process for the next 3. When you're eyeballing these, I like looking up above my rocket so I can look, or just the water bottle, looking up above it so I can see if they're even, because I don't want one slanted or one, the space in between all 4 to be off. So just continue this process till you have all 4 markers ready and glued in place, and then we'll continue to the next steps. Okay guys, so you should have all 4 markers in place. They should be sturdy. Once again, I added glue on each side of the marker for extra support. Okay, so now the next step is you're going to need your duct tape. And all you're going to do is you're going to pull off about, I don't know, like a 10 to 12 inch piece of duct tape, and you're going to wrap it around your markers. And as you can see on my example, I tried to kind of line it up with the top of the label and the top of the marker, like we just did when we glued everything down. So this step is pretty simple. Like I said, you're going to want 1 strip of tape, and you're going to go ahead and just wrap it around. Alright, so as you guys can see, that was a pretty simple and easy step. Okay, so now we're going to grab those 4 wings we just made. And just like the markers, we're going to hot glue these down. And where I put them is right towards the edge of my marker. I hot glue them. So all you're going to do is you're going to apply 1 strip of hot glue, and on the markers towards the top, you're just going to press it firmly in place. You're going to make sure it's pretty straight. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we'll try our best. And you're just going to repeat that till all 4 are in place. Alright guys, so believe it or not, with all 4 wings in place, our rocket is pretty much done, and all we have to add is the fuel. So what you're going to want to do now is turn it upside down, at least for your rocket, and we're going to unscrew our cap. If I can get that. There we go. Okay, so now the first step is I like adding my vinegar first. So I add, I don't know, 1.5 inches or 2 inches of standing vinegar at the bottom. I have a really large container of vinegar, so I don't like to pour straight into it. So you don't really need the funnel, but I like to use it because it makes things easier. So it doesn't have to be exact. You're just going to eyeball how much vinegar you're going to add in. That looks about good to me. You always can add more. So always err on the light side of things. That way you don't have too much and it doesn't become a mess. All right. So now what you're going to need with your vinegar and your rocket, you're going to set that aside. So what you're going to do is you're going to peel off one sheet or one square of toilet paper. And now what you're going to do is you're going to pour your baking soda right in the middle of it, right in the middle of your square. And I would say about 1 spoonful or 1.5 spoonfuls. All right. So with your baking soda in place, now what we're going to do is, after we set everything aside so we don't spill anything, you're going to grab your tapered cork. And how I do this is I place my cork right above, with one hand, the baking soda I just poured, and on each side I slowly but surely kind of just fold everything in to the cork, like so. And this isn't going to look neat or anything. All you're wanting to do is just make that little bundle of baking soda and you're going to wrap it around your cork. Now, this is the part you have to be careful. So now, if we slide our rocket back over, we want to slide our little pouch in with the cork as well. So slowly but surely do that. Yep. Okay. And now what you're going to want to do is, because I have the pouch of baking soda all the way through, you're going to press your cork in place. And it should be a tight squeeze, like so. And the tighter the better, because the more it expands in here, the longer it's going to fly, or the higher your rocket will fly. So if it's a tight squeeze and you don't feel like you can get it out, that's okay. It'll eventually come out. All right, so now our rocket's still upside down, but it's ready to go. And all we have to do now is turn it upside down and wait for the ingredients to blend together and mix, and it should launch off. So I'm going to take this outside and we're going to see how it works out. Alright guys, as you can see, it took flight and everything was a success. So I hope everything I said makes sense, and I hope you guys are enjoying the videos I'm making on behalf of the Wenatchee Valley Museum. I hope to see all you guys again, and stay safe out there. Bye guys.